Hi, y'all. I just wanted to do a little introduction around the episode that you're about to listen to. I was joined by one of my Coach Besties and friend, Shanna Pizer, and we were talking about the word of the year, how to pick a word of the year, why we do it, etc. We had so much fun. I I thought it was great. I was going to edit it and clean it up a little bit, but I'm just leaving it because it was a conversation between two friends and two coaches, and it's informative and fun, I feel like. And I didn't want to cut any of that out. I took out some of the ums, but we talk over each other. And full disclosure, I don't know how to cut that part out because I didn't record two tracks. I'm not really sure how to do that either. I'm a little bit of a novice in the producing part of the podcast, but also, if you've ever listened to this podcast, you know that I struggle with being a little bit robotic, and I'm working on that. I'm a work in progress in that area. But this was just fun and relaxed, and this is what I want this podcast to be. So I'm leaving it. I'm leaving it as is. So without further ado, welcome to the Curate Your Life with Demetria podcast, where we focus on curating the life you've been dreaming of, one goal at a time. Okay, guess who's back? Shanna Pizer, one of my Coach Besties. And I just realized that we were here last year talking about the word of the year, and we're back to talk about the word of the year. So introduce yourself.
I am Shanna Pizer. I am at Coach Shanna P. And I am a Christian life coach for women, and I help women to improve their mental and physical wellness, as well as relationships and general life satisfaction.
Awesome. And I think this is probably about like the third or fourth time, maybe more than that, that you've been here. I
Yeah.
think so, yeah. So I think so. Between you and Christina on here
Mhm.
at together, and I don't have very many guests.
No, I feel honored. And
Well,
I am visiting, I'm at my son and daughter in law's house, thus my guest room background
perfect. Do
for
you want
those
to
who
tell them
can
why you're
see.
there?
Hmm?
Do you want to tell everybody why you're there?
I was blessed with a grandbaby. I have a grandson, which is crazy. And I have been here for over a month now, staying with them and helping and getting baby snuggles.
Yeah, and I know they love that. And I personally love the baby pictures. That has been a lot of fun. He is a pumpkin. He's a cutie. Yeah, so it's that time of year where people are talking about goals and resolutions and things like that. And I know I set goals, and I also do a word of the year. And I know you love having a word of the year. And you actually have done in the past like a workshop for the word of the year. Are you doing that this year?
I am doing it this year. This will be, I think, maybe the third year I'm doing it. I don't have it completely scheduled yet because with the new grandbaby and traveling, things are kind of up in the air right now, but I'm thinking that I'm going to do it on like December 28th or 29th.
Okay.
So that is to be determined. And I will be flying by the seat of my pants a little bit, which is totally okay with me.
Yeah. I just say fluid. It's fluid.
It's
So,
fluid.
yes. So interesting. Today, I got an email from Trudy LeBron, and it was about word of the year and picking a word of the year. And I really liked what it said. I'm just going to read what she said in her email. She is a coach for coaches, she has a certification. And she was talking about it, and she said the process of identifying a word of the year is similar to the process of identifying core values, with one major difference. And it said values are meant to serve as a reflection of your current beliefs, principles, and what matters most to you. Your word of the year, on the other hand, is about setting an intention for growth and what you aspire to cultivate in the upcoming year. I love that. I'm like, that's it. So
I love that and would like for you to send that to me.
I will. I will definitely do that. She goes on to say that setting a word of the year can serve as a motivator to expand your horizons, embrace change, or deepen your understanding of certain values that you might want to prioritize more in your business or life. I got that email this morning after we had said we were going to do this, and I was like, that is so perfect. So
Timing.
thank you, Trudy, for putting that spin on it because it was really true. And we've talked about before that it's kind of guidance on who you want to be and how you want to show up in the world.
Yes, and I love words. And so when I first heard about picking a word of the year, I was just like, "Oh my word, that's amazing." And I love that it's about being intentional with who you want to be. I prefer it so much more over resolutions. I'm all about goal setting, but I like to incorporate my word of the year into the goals that I have set.
Mhm.
And I think you said on last week's podcast that like 8 or 9% of people achieve the resolutions that they set at the beginning of the year.
Yes. Yes.
And so I don't want to be one of those 91 or 92%.
Mhm.
But I love using the word of the year to part of the process of picking it is to be intentional about who you want to be, looking at your core values as a person and what do I want more of in my life and how can this one word encompass what I want to do in this upcoming year, how I want to change, how I want to show up, what I want more of in my life. So I love the intentionality behind it. And it's just fun
Yes,
also.
it is. It really is. So my word last year was vibrant, and you've seen this, but I went through and I looked up that word and how it related to different things, like how it related to health, how it related to business, how it related to relationships and experiences. And as I was going through the year, thinking about that word, I would ask myself, like, how can I show up vibrantly in this situation? Or how can I make this vibrant? Or how can I feel vibrant in, these different situations? And sometimes you just have to remind yourself. And I would catch myself. I'm like, okay, is this vibrant or is this, the way I really want to show up? And I think that's the power of the word of the year.
Yeah. And some people will just set it and kind of forget about it. And it's just kind of a fun exercise. I literally use my word of the year in my journaling every day. I have a statement that I write out kind of at the top of my planning page in the morning. And my word of the year last year was flourish. And what I do is kind of the same. I look at all of the different meanings of the word and I make a graphic of it. And so I pick the definitions or the synonyms of the word that I really resonate with.
Mhm.
And then I also like to pick a Bible verse that goes along with it. And it is like my word of the year is top of mind. And we do have to, like, that's the purpose to remind ourselves who I want to be, how I want to show up, what are things that fit into what I'm working towards. And
I don't write it down every day, but I do. It is a theme and it's in there, but I'm going to do that this upcoming year, rest of this year and upcoming year. Like, write it down. Like, how can I approach this day vibrantly for the rest of 2023? So, you know what my word of the year is, and I'll tell you in a minute, but I was looking back, or tell everybody else in a minute. I was looking back on, so 2022 was nurture. This year was vibrant. I'd have to go find 2021 because I can't think of it off the top of my head. But what have some of your other words been?
I've had commit,
Mm.
discomfort. What was last year's? Oh my word. I should have looked at this.
You know what? I might have it. So
I'm
I
sure.
don't know what 2021 was. It's bad, I guess, that I can't think back past that, but let me see if I can tell you what if we talked about it. I guess I just had mine. I don't have yours here.
I
Um,
know. Commit, discomfort. Oh my word. I should have looked at this before I got on.
but that's okay. And I think I started this in 2021, so I'm only missing one word, and I'll have to go back and maybe I can find it and like put it in the show notes what the word was. But I was looking because thinking back on 22 and nurture, and I tried to think about how I lived into that. And I think I kind of nurtured my plan for my business and looking ahead to my goals. So I think I nurtured that. That was the main thing that came up for me when I was looking back at 2022, how I nurtured my business and my plan to be a full-time coach in 2023. So,
Well, I'm not going to lie. This is driving me crazy that I don't know my 2022 word of the year. Ready. Duh. I have, here's my ready graphic.
oh, nice,
And
nice.
so I list out the words and then have my Bible verse. And I will also um like how does this word apply in my how does it relate to like my physical wellness? How does it relate to my mental wellness? How does it relate in relationships? How does it relate in my job? So I kind of like to break that down too.
And so the process for picking, like what I did was we both journal all the time every day. And I was just thinking about, well, first I was going to keep vibrant. And I'm like, that's good. But I feel like maybe I have that one. I'm like, I have it. I'm like, I can do that. I'm like, what do I need? Like, who do I need to become? What do I, and I just hate it when the world just shows you all your stuff. It's all in your face, like it has been for me for the last few days. I'm processing, whatever. But I I struggled with the word that I picked, and I'm like, then that's probably why you need to pick it. So I went through some things, and I know you do the same thing. So I picked the word, had to go look up the definitions and the synonyms, like you said,
Word
like
hippo is our best friend.
love word hippo. I love word hippo. So my word of the year is aggressive for 2024. And I immediately went to, I can't be aggressive because it has, for the most part, I think, negative connotations. But I went and I looked it up to see because I want to be
May I interrupt?
absolutely.
I just want to say so we are on Marco Polo every single day with Christina.
Yes.
And as soon as Demetria said that her word, that she was thinking that aggressive might be her word of the year, I was just like, immediately, I love it so much. I'm so excited for it because I just like my mind just started spinning on all the things you can do with it. And then what popped into my head, the cheer from high school. Be aggressive, be aggressive, be aggressive, be aggressive, BEAGGRESSIVE, be aggressive, be aggressive. And
Yes.
I love, but it's so perfect. And isn't it interesting how, and it sounds, I mean, when you really talk about it, people could be like, you are ridiculous and crazy. But I really do feel like my word picks me. Like
Oh,
I am looking for it, but
right.
it chooses me. And I feel like aggressive chose you.
I think it did because speaking of discomfort, like it's gonna cause some discomfort for me to be aggressive because
You're a Southern girl.
now I am. That was real bad. That was that wasn't even Texas Southern. That was something else. But it is going to cause a lot of thinking and journaling. I mean, it already has. I was like, well, I can't say that I'm going to be aggressive. People aren't going to like that. Well, guess what, people? Get your
Shanna
dislike
Pizer
button
does.
ready because I'm going to be aggressive and in a good way. So here are the definitions that I found on Word Hippo for the way that I am going to be aggressive. Behaving or done in a determined or forceful way. There's nothing wrong with that. Characterized by a rate of rapid change or growth. Nothing wrong with that. Resolute and steadfast in one's will or ambition. Nothing wrong with that. Having a persuasive effect. Yes to all of it. I am saying yes to all of it. So, and some of the things that because Word Hippo will give you the definition and it'll give you the synonyms that go with it. And then you can go look up those words to see like what they mean. And I have done that, but really I just want to say like the words that I like that I think I need to step into in 2024, that I will be stepping into in 2024: commanding, confident, influential, passionate. I think I do that one pretty well. Flourishing, wild. I like that one. I'm like, I'm just going to go with it. And then today I have an animal
With
print.
your animal print shirt
I
on.
know, so wild. Resolute, persevering, effective, capable, powerful, successful, on the ball. I just like that one. And powerhouse. So those are some of them. There are others, but I'm going to step into all of those in 2024. What I had to come to terms with, still working on, is me stepping into all of those words, and aggressive does not mean I'm stepping on anybody's toes. So
No, it means
that's
you're going after what you want and you are determined.
yes.
I love it.
Can I tell you where I was just aggressive the other day?
Yes,
And I
please.
gave myself a little pat on the back. So I went to brunch on Sunday with some friends at this popular place. It has three popular restaurants. Parking is and there's extra parking across the street, but I was early, so I was kind of circling for a space. And I missed one because I pulled past it and I was gonna back up, but the person came around and I'm like, okay, I'll let that one go. And as I'm waiting to like maneuver, somebody starts walking to another parking space. And this other car came up like to block me. And I just made eye contact with, I see you and you see me and you understand the situation. Now what? I don't think I was giving him like death stare. It was eye contact. You're going to see me. And they politely went on and I politely got front row parking.
Beautiful.
I love it.
I love the whole I want you to see me seeing you.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
make no mistake.
I'm already stepping into mine.
Yes, you
Okay.
are.
Have you decided on your word?
I am 95% sure on my word, and I
Okay.
won't be sharing my word until my workshop,
Okay.
to be determined.
All right. TBD. Very good.
But it
Hmm.
definitely, it's so interesting how, and I start thinking about it mid-November, and I didn't bring it up here with me, but I start like a brainstorming list of
Mhm.
words that just like I'll hear a word or I'll read a word and like, ooh, I'm gonna put that on my list. And I put it into a Google spreadsheet and I'm up to like almost 170 words that I've
I'm out.
brainstormed.
I'm out. Time out. Time out.
really love words. And
I know.
I really do think about it a lot.
I mean, so do I, but I have notes in my phone on the little notes thing. I'm sorry, spreadsheet is next level.
I know. Well, because I'm thinking when I have a page in my journal that I wrote them all down, but then I went in and put them in the spreadsheet, knowing that I'm going to be wanting to put together a PDF for the workshop. So I want to have them
Okay.
typed out and to
Okay.
make sure that I don't have duplicates and all of that. So
All right.
I am next level word of the year. I'm not going to
You are. Mercy. I would
lie.
like to see that spreadsheet, please.
Absolutely.
I love it.
So I would, anytime I like a word, I'd be listening to a podcast or reading a book or whatever, and a word would pop in my mind. I'm like, hurry up and get my journal and write the word down. And I don't even know exactly where my word came from. But since I chose it and I wrote my word in bold on my paper, like right away, because I was
Mhm.
like, this feels like it might be it. And I was really leaning towards focus. I thought that was going to be my word, but this blew it out of the water. And this word has been popping up everywhere now and different areas that I'm like, oh my word, it's perfect. It fits. And
Oh my
so
word.
oh my word, I think I have it. It has chosen me.
Okay. Well, that's fantastic. So what you will have to do, I mean, the people are going to want to know. They're going to be waiting with bated breaths. So when you reveal your word, you tell me, and I will put a little side note into whatever episode to let y'all know what Shanna's word is for 2024.
Yeah.
Um,
And if you want to join the workshop, you can go follow me on Instagram and I'll be
yeah,
posting about it to sign up and it's free and it's really just for fun.
yeah,
It is one of my favorite things that I do in
right,
my business each year. And I think even if I didn't have a business and I knew anything about having workshops, I would do it.
yeah. And if you join that workshop, it can help you pick your word of the year because you're going to
Yeah.
work them through, right? Picking the word and
Yeah, it's setting
organizing.
aside intentional time. We start out by reflecting on the previous year, this year that we're still in, that's coming to an end. Kind of reflecting on that, um, and then let go of that and looking forward. What do we want more of? What do we want less of? And kind of walk through the process. And I'll share my list of 170 plus words that you can kind of look at. And I definitely encourage Word Hippo to look up because you might pick a word and then look up in Word Hippo and like there's a different tense of the word that you like
Mhm.
better. If it's nothing like ready, it could have been readiness,
Right.
readied. I don't know. I'm just
No,
whatever.
I understand. Or it could that word and some of the other words could give you an idea and like
Mhm.
this is
Yep.
more fitting. Like,
Yes.
I don't know, 2025 might be commanding because I just kind of like that. But okay, I want to go back for a minute. You said reflect on like this year and then let it go. So let go because I feel like I'm taking vibrant with me. I feel like that one's with me now.
Oh, yes. Well, we're
Okay.
building on. Yes. I let
Okay.
go of the things that we don't want to take into 2024.
Right.
100%.
Okay.
Because we have
Okay.
learned so much, we have grown so much. Flourish, I'm for sure taking with me. And I don't know why it took me so long to recognize ready because ready is actually in my statement for this year. So it
Mhm.
was, I'm ready to flourish. So, yes, we want to take all of that learning and growth and keep building on it. We want to let go of the things that we want less of and don't
Okay.
want to for.
Very good. Well, if I get to vote in any kind of way about just because, I'm a joiner, I vote for the 28th because the 29th I won't be around. So if I could just throw that vote in there, that'd be fantastic.
I will make note of that right now.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Put it on the spreadsheet. All right. Anything else that you want to say about your word of the year? Or having a word of the year, not necessarily.
I think that it's such a great way to be really thoughtful and intentional about, again, how I want to show up. Who do I want to be as a woman? Who do I want to be as a wife, as a mother, as a business owner? And then you can use that to just, I really like the idea of streamlining is coming to my mind, but that's not what it is. Being more cohesive, creating cohesiveness in
Mhm.
your life and being the same person in every area. And what is a word that kind of brings that all together that you can wrap around? And it's just, I think it's a fun way to create the life that you want and be the person that you
Yeah, I agree. When I think about it, I think of it as being expansive, like more of what you want. And I think resolutions sometimes tend to be punitive. And maybe it's the way I did it in the past. So it could totally
And
just
if
be.
you make a resolution and you screw up and overeat or miss a day
Mhm.
of working out,
Right,
then what you beat yourself up, you use your resolution against yourself. Word of the year, it's just, okay, I'm working on being more and more of this. And you don't fail, you just move on and you keep going.
right. I'm working on being more and more aggressive,
Yes.
but in a good
Yes.
way. We're going to
There's
have
nothing wrong with
the,
being aggressive. Like
I know, but I'm
why
telling you,
do we even think that it's negative?
maybe it's the Southern girl in me. I don't know, but I think there are more, I feel like there are more negative connotations for aggressive than positive ones. I am going to try and change that for me and for,
I think,
y'all let
yeah,
me know what you think about aggressive. I mean, you can let me know, but I'm aggressively going to put your opinions to the side. No,
I'm
I would
aggressively
be,
going to choose my word aggressive.
yes, I would be interested to hear what other people think about that, though.
Yeah, yeah.
Be
And I
interesting.
kind of, when you talk about it being a negative thing, my mind automatically goes to, well, you could choose assertive or tenacious, but they're really toned down versions of aggressive.
Yeah,
Why do we want to tone it down?
right. We don't.
We
We're
don't.
playing all out in 2024. So I'm going to
Yes.
be tenaciously aggressive. I do like tenacious too. That is a very
It is a good word
good
for
word.
sure. But aggressive, like be aggressively Demetria.
Yeah. And now I have the cheer, which y'all, I asked her because it was in Marco Polo and for some reason, I couldn't find it, but she recorded it for me special. I have it on my phone. And if you think I haven't played it, you're wrong. So thank you. I have my own personal cheerleader.
I'm going to have to re-record it when I go home so I can use my purple pom-poms.
Deal, deal. All right. Thank you so much. Okay. I feel like now this is a tradition.
I think so.
Somewhere,
I like
somehow,
it.
we're going to be talking
Yay.
about word of the year every year. So thank you. I appreciate it. Get back to your new favorite pastime, holding that cute baby. I don't blame you one bit because he's
That's all
precious.
I want to do.
Yeah, I understand. I totally understand. All right. Thank you so much. You guys, I will put a link to Shanna's website or Instagram, whichever one she wants, in the show notes. I almost forgot that we were doing this. I was about to say bye, but let's wrap up in a good way. And or yeah, I'll put a link to your Instagram so then they can find you. And if they want to join the workshop, which should be on the 28th, they can. And if you want to talk one-on-one with me about how you are planning to step into 2024 and create the life that you want, you can find the link in the show notes to schedule with me. Until next time, bye.